As an immigrant in Finland, I've noticed a gigantic problem. There's this weird idea that all immigrants in a country are one people, that they should act and think the same politically, that their allegiance should be to their immigrant identity and community above the society they now call home. This is a rotten idea that's ravaging the West, and it will destroy us if we're not careful. This issue is eroding trust in governments and fanning the flames of anger, frustration, and division in many countries. If things continue the way they are and saner minds don't speak the truth, it will only get worse. We are not one people. In this video, I'm going to show you why this ideology is so destructive for both immigrants and locals, why I'm completely against it, and what I think the solution is. I moved to this country 6 years ago. It's my home now. I have a family here. It's in my interest to make sure it continues to thrive. My allegiance is first and foremost to Finland, not to some vague immigrant community. In my opinion, that's the way it should be. The us versus them mentality pushed politically is insane. Some immigrants get drawn into it, cheered on by locals full of self-destructive empathy. This isn't unique to Finland. You see the same thing in other European countries and in the United States. There's people running for office, others who are in office pushing ideas that stand completely against the country they supposedly now call home. I started talking about the importance of integration, Finnish culture, and being part of the society because I understand how important that is. But I noticed something very strange. Some people would flood my comments calling me a traitor. A traitor to what? To who? Some would even have the audacity to call me a traitor to black people. Others would say that I'm trying to suck up to Finnish people for views. A grifter. An Uncle Tom, implying I'm somehow against black people. I would get pushback for saying anything positive about this country or its people from a small subset of immigrants and locals who believe I'm saying the wrong thing. So, what am I saying that's so wrong? The basic idea is that because I'm not born here and because I'm black, my main priority should be protecting other people like me. Let's put aside the fact that black people and immigrants don't need my protection here. Let's put aside the fact that in Finland, we are all equal under the law and I can benefit from all the resources this country has to offer if I'm here legally, of course. In the minds of these people, my goal should be to reshape Finland, to mold it into something that feels more comfortable for people like me, even if that means changing the very character of Finland itself. I'd be applauded if I spent time digging up stories of victimhood and discrimination, a black struggle or an immigrant struggle, anything that fits the narrative where I'm the victim and someone else is to blame. The empathy and tolerance crowd would feel righteous for supporting me. Some even seem to enjoy the opportunity to call their own countrymen racist. And for certain immigrants, this narrative provides an easy escape, because if everything difficult, unfamiliar, or awkward can be explained away as probably racist, then there's no need to learn the culture, no need to understand how Finns think, no need to work through the natural discomfort that comes with adopting to a new land. Integration is hard, it's awkward, it's uncomfortable, but it's also necessary. And when people dismiss the process by framing every cultural difference as prejudice, they rob themselves and the society they live in of something essential. That's why I reject everything about this premise. But first, if you are enjoying this video, give it a like and subscribe to the channel. We finally hit 10K, which is amazing. However, my goal is to eventually reach 100K. Seems impossible, but I reckon we could do it. If you want to support me further, consider buying me a coffee. I'll leave a link below. To those who've taken that step to show appreciation for my work, I just want to tell you, thank you so much. I do put a lot of work in these videos. It's an incredible moral boost. If you watch my content, like my videos, share them, interact in the comments, thank you so much to all of you. I do read the comments and I appreciate you guys. Let's get back to the video. Moving to Finland from a country like South Africa gave me perspective. I couldn't believe the quality of life people had here. I documented a lot of my thoughts on this channel and on Instagram before transitioning to the kind of things I talk about today, partly because I wanted to protect what I was observing. Living here hasn't always been easy. One of my biggest mistakes was not intensely learning the language from the beginning. There's a reason for it, but it's not a good enough excuse in my opinion. Because of that, I had to play the integration game on hard mode, and I had no one else to blame but myself. Now, because of the work I do and my desire to get into politics, to represent this country and say what I say on this channel directly to Finnish people in Finnish, I have to speed run my Finnish learning. The only difference now is that I work full-time, I have a newborn child, and I'm building this media platform. But I'll do it because it needs to be done. Even during those early awkward months, I could already see the truth. The quality of life here is unlike anywhere I've ever been. I remember seeing people begging on the streets with nicer iPhones than I had. I'm half joking, but it's true. Everything people fight for in countries like the United States is already here. Universal healthcare, free education all the way up to university, affordable and efficient public transport. I pay around 60 euros a month and can take buses and trains all over the city. And all of this is available regardless of your skin color or ethnicity, as long as you're a citizen or a legal resident. In the US, people often argue that inequality comes from lack of access, that minorities struggle because they don't have the same financial opportunities. Let's put aside the fact that some minorities, like Asians, outperform even white Americans, but here in Finland, those barriers don't exist. So what excuse is there if you don't perform well? What's stopping you from succeeding? What historical, generational issues can you point at? There was no slavery of black people, no apartheid, no segregation. But you know what? Even in Finland, there's a performance gap between students with immigrant backgrounds and ethnic Finns. And that gap persists into the second generation. That's something we need to face honestly, because there are no excuses. I know what real disadvantage looks like. In South Africa, my family was dirt poor. I often went to school hungry, watching kids eat lunches I could never afford. I struggled quite a bit in school because of this, though I did improve my grades over time. Public high schools were terrible, so if you wanted a better education, you either had to go private or semi-private if you had the money. South Africa is one of the most unequal countries on the planet, and that inequality is still very visible along racial lines. The country's history does play a part in that. I would have done anything to have the opportunities people here take for granted. Here, every student gets lunch. Your parents' income doesn't determine the quality of your education. University is free. That's why I have little sympathy for people who constantly complain about Finland. Where else on earth can you get better? If you can't make it here, you'll struggle anywhere. So, what is the solution? It's for everyone in the country on all political sides, immigrants and locals, to understand this basic fact. It has nothing to do with skin color, but it does have everything to do with culture. That's why integration has to be front and center. It should be expected, and Finland shouldn't feel ashamed about insisting on it. Cultural or religious values from elsewhere have to take a back seat to Finnish ones. It might sound harsh, but it's about self-preservation and giving people the best chance to succeed. The reason Finland has done so well, despite anything it's faced, is because of its culture. This country was once dirt poor. It fought wars, endured famine, and resisted colonization. And yet today, it's one of the best places to live in the world. That's why, despite being born elsewhere, I stand with Finland completely. I want to protect and promote what makes this place what it is, because it works. Why would I campaign for anything else? When a place becomes your home, you defend it. You look after it. You add to it. I'm part of Finnish society, and I want to see it continue to thrive. Thank you for watching this video. I made another one talking about my experience as a Black person in this country. I'll leave a link to it so you can watch that after this. If you made it this far, give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. I'm Chikamoya, and until next time, ciao.